New study links evangelical Christianity to phallic insecurity.
What? What?
Yes.
That was unexpected. Okay.
Plot twist. According to research published in the Journal for the Scientific Study of Religion, phallic insecurity tends to be greater in regions of the United States with a higher proportion of evangelical Christians. The findings imply that America's evangelical subculture preserves insecurities about penis size. Researchers compared the frequency of Google searches for male enhancement in similar phrases to evangelical Protestants in each state. Their research concluded that as the proportion of evangelicals in a state expanded, the recurrence of Google searches for these enhancement terms went higher in number. The outcomes of the research suggest that a subculture of promoting unattainable, phallocentric masculinity permeates the entire evangelical community.
Wait, is this why Christians have bigger guns and bigger pickup trucks?
All I have to say is about the title that they have phallic insecurity, and they're talking about phallocentric mindset is quelle surprise. Because we're talking especially too about, a very male-centered religion, the Abrahamic misogyny, and all of them, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all of them, the men are above women in every way, and that's made clear to the adherents in terms of when you read it, so yeah, I mean, again,
no, I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense. What does it have to do with Christianity? I'm pretty sure even if you are a man who doesn't think that men should be are superior to women, and you have a tiny dick, you're not happy, even if you don't think like you're supposed to be dominant.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it doesn't surprise me that there's a phallocentric nature to some of what they're thinking about because of.
But I mean, it's okay. It's hard to be a man and not have a phallocentric. It's part of our body. Like we can't
But
I mean, I'm just
study is specifically talking about religious people.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that as somebody who's not very religious, I could tell you that it's very important.
Have a phallocentric mind.
Yes, I do, because it's very important to us, okay?
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.
It's very important to us because, a lot of... So, I don't know. Maybe I'm a
closeted evangelical
or a closeted misogynist. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. There must be... What is your theory, Susanna? What's the reason?
Here's some background from the authors. So the authors of the study plan to test if dedication to the evangelical communities may cause men to be more insecure, especially since much of the evangelical dogma pertains to having adequately sized penises. Evangelicals talk a great deal about the complementarity of the sexes, according to the author. or the idea that men and women were each created for their particular roles to benefit the entire community. Quote, which is what Rivka was saying. Quote,
Wait, so
wait,
non-religious...
let me finish.
Okay.
Quote, writings of prominent evangelical thought leaders have for decades relied on phallic symbolism and even explicit phallic references to either valorize physical strength or, more often in the negative, castigate Christian men for their lack of manliness, wrote the authors. Our findings provide important insight into the evangelical views that equate masculine worth to their physical size and strength, either centering or symbolized by the penis.
Okay, this is stupid. I don't understand. So non-religious men are not worried about being able to please a woman and play their role in a bedroom, and like they don't care about...
No, that's not what they're arguing.
That is not what
Right.
they're arguing. They're specifically talking about this particular group. It appears from their study that they have phallic insecurity as it relates to the dogma and the tenets and the things that they're taught, or what is important in that particular subculture.
Okay, it is important though, okay? What I'm saying is that maybe the insecurity, okay, I think it's...
You know what, Armin? You keep talking, people are going to think you have phallic insecurity.
No. In fact,
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite. But anyways, I'm not talking about... Let's not bring each other's... And I don't
Just
bring...
kidding.
I don't
didn't
bring
mean to hurt-
other people, my co-hosts' genitals into the conversation for the record. When we're talking about the
Rivka, how
news,
inappropriate.
don't bring up... I have never, for the record, I've never brought up Susanna's or Rivka's genitals to the discussion in any of the news coverage that we ever had. Okay, so
Guys, cancel Rivka.
okay, all right. So what was I saying? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I'm just saying that
Your genitals.
All right, can I maybe finish a sentence, Rivka, at some points, like get my point across without getting interrupted? Is that okay, Rivka? Is that okay? Are you okay? All right, cool. Thank you, Rivka. Yeah. So here's the thing. I think it's the insecurities that comes from religion. I don't think like gender roles. Here's the thing. You could be a trans woman. You could be a gay man. You could be a straight cis man, and be very proud of your genitals, okay? Of your dick, okay? And you could be very proud of the way you perform during sex. That doesn't make you... There's nothing wrong with being like happy with your body parts, and there's nothing wrong with with being upset with your body parts. Like you could have gender dysphoria, and you could be like, you know what? I have a penis and I don't like it. Okay. There's nothing, just like there's nothing wrong with that. And maybe you like, I don't like the shape. I don't like the way it looks. But the opposite is true too. There's nothing wrong with being like, oh my God, look at my, like, woman could be like, look at my boobs. Oh my God, my boobs look so sexy. Or my butt looks so sexy. Or man could be like, oh my God, I really like how big my dick looks, right? Every time I have sex, I get compliments, right? Women seem to be extremely happy every time I have sex, right? You could be like, I'm so happy that I have that, and I'm so happy that it makes people happy when I have sex, right? There's nothing wrong. Like, let's not tell people who have dicks that if you are very happy with your body parts, there's something that you're being phallic centric, okay? There's nothing wrong. Let me finish my point. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Also, there's nothing wrong with some people who want to be like, oh, I wish it was just like women who like say like, I wish my boobs were a little bit bigger, right? If somebody is thinking like, oh, I wish my dick was bigger, there's nothing wrong with that either, right? The problem I think with religion is it's not the fact that it makes people phallic centric or like makes them wonder about their body parts. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it just gives them more insecurities in general. That's what I think is happening, but I'm not sure. Susanna.
Okay. None of the authors are arguing that any of these things are wrong. Okay, they're not arguing that being phallocentric is wrong.
I didn't say that they said that. And
Okay.
also, Dolly, Dolly in the live chat, I didn't even make my point. So shut up when you tell me, Armin, when we get your point. I only finished my point. So I don't understand what you're talking about. Anyway, Susanna, go on.
They're just looking at like comparative findings. It's like, okay, like there are a higher proportion of evangelical Christians in this state. We see much more, a higher percentage of these types of search results, like in these states as well. It's like a very loose correlation, to be honest. I didn't have time to read the article myself, but that was the impression I got from reading summaries of the article.
I think I got my theory. I know what is happening.
Oh boy.
I think why, oh boy, this guy, these are not taboo topics. There's nothing like people are like, oh my god, as if we're talking about guys. If any of you in the live chat thinking like, oh my god, this is crazy, you talking about sex hasn't become something normal to you, and that's why a lot of people are like freaking out when we talk about stuff like this. Okay, maybe you need to look about your religious background and how you have been handling talking about sex, and how, I see a lot of people in the live chat are losing their minds. Okay, I think, again, this is my hypothesis. Okay, if this data is true, I don't even know if this is a good research. We have a lot of research out there that have terrible methodology, bad sample sizes, bad data collection methods. So all of us are assuming that this research is good. It might not be. Okay. If this research is good, my hypothesis is lower interaction with sexual interactions makes you not have gotten feedback about your body parts. That's what I think is happening. Okay. So as people who are maybe don't see sex as taboo, maybe because they got a hang of how to please other people, they feel more confident, because the less sex you have, the less am I good? Are people going to be happy? How it's going to be like? But once you heard a certain number and you get a hang of it, like, okay, this is how I'm viewed. This is what I know how to do. This is maybe what I'm not good at. And you get your answers at, how you're perceived and how you can perform, right? So maybe because you have had more experience, you're wondering about it less because you know the answer. I think that's my hypothesis right now. People who are more Christians, they have had less sexual interactions, so they constantly wonder about if they're going to be any good in bed, especially men, right? That's my theory. Okay, not theory, hypothesis, and I think it's a really good one. What do you think about this hypothesis?
I think that's a pretty good theory. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. The authors of this interpret this much more to be a subcultural finding, like to the extent that a subculture promotes unattainable phallocentric masculinity (parentheses), which we argue is likely stronger among evangelicals, pervades the entire community. More men will internalize that ideal and look for remedies to address this privately felt need. So in a way, I think that kind of does speak to what you were saying. Like, this is something that they try to look to fix, quote unquote, like in private.
Yeah. I mean, I could say by personal experience, I used to search for things on how to do this, how to do that, way earlier during my teen years, and now I search for them a lot less, right? So maybe if I had less sexual interactions, I would still be searching for these things, right? It wouldn't just be like, oh, what's a good size? It would be other things as well. It would be like how to do this, how to do that. What do women like when you do this? I would probably be searching those things more often right now as well. So it wouldn't just be that. It would be everything I would be searching. You know, so
The-
yeah, I think, yeah, go on.
The Rapid Atheist has a good comment. He's saying, as a former minister in evangelicalism, there's a lot of obsession with sexual issues which is not resolved because you can't talk about this. I can actually see this as true. And there was another good comment. A lot of people get into church because they feel insecure in the rest of their lives. I would assume sex would be part of that, as well as the taboo nature of the topic within the churches. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. By the way, this is an important point, by the way, not to, you know, a lot of us, a lot of atheists, especially out there from our community, they say when they hear the words study says, everything that comes after that, they take it as gospel.
Yeah.
Right? Be careful. There's a crap ton of bad studies out there, right?
Yeah.
Don't just like the religious people say, take the Bible or the Quran as like, oh my, undisputed like word from God that cannot be challenged. Do not treat anything that says study says like, oh my God, study says, there you go, no questions anymore, right?
Hey guys, YouTube has fully demonetized our channel for supposedly hateful and harmful conduct, without telling us what we did wrong. If we get to 1,000 patrons, we will be able to keep paying all our team, our editors, our artists, without ever having to worry about monetization again, which would be amazing. Yay! So please support Atheist Republic on Patreon. Link in the description below.